Jack Della Maddalena will beat Islam Makhachev. And here are 10 fights we need to see after UFC 315. There he is on the screen. We're on a new format, Tapology. Obviously, we've got Jack Della 18-2. There's our special boy. And I just want to talk about the Islam Makhachev matchup. And then we'll go into further matchups, 10 fights to make coming off of that card, and just have a little game to play while you watch along. Why don't you try and pause it before every matchup reveal and see if you can guess who I'd match up that person with. See how good you go out of 10. See if you've got a true eye for things. But yeah, JDM 18-2. Just look at his record. I don't know what to do when showing you this guy, but oh my god. I mean, just look at it. Starting off 0-2 and he just runs all the way to the belt, runs through Eternal MMA, captures that belt, runs through the UFC, gets that belt as well. This guy's unstoppable. And who he'll be fighting, obviously in the thumbnail, everyone knows this one, Islam Makhachev. He's going to take him on, legacy fight, 18-2 versus 17-1. Let's get rid of some of these ads. Yeah, cannot wait for this fight. Probably later in the year in Perth. And Jack's going to get it done, and I'd be supremely confident that Jack gets it done. 28 to Islam's 33. Much smaller frame-wise. It'd be like maybe the first time ever. Islam's probably the smaller guy. He'd be a smaller guy, not as strong. Maybe, who knows, with these inbreds, he could be equally as strong. But boy, would I be confident he'd get it done. So poised and calm on the feet. Such good eyes did he have. Man, he looks so good. And he's so comfortable as well. Unlike Poirier and guys that have frozen up in the past, once Islam puts that takedown threat, Jack is like the complete opposite. He knows it's his time to work when it's on the feet. Islam marks up so easily too, that little face. After the Poirier fight, after the Volk fight, little 5'6" featherweight Volkanovski raining down blows at the end of the 5th round in their first fight. Unless it's on short notice, Islam really seems to struggle, and boy would he struggle against a 28-year-old in their prime, improving every fight, looks great, always pushing when it gets late. When has Jack not poured it on when it gets tough? When it gets later in the fight? Even against Belal he pours it on. Against Gilbert pours it on, Hafez he pours it on. This guy's cardio is unmatched, and Islam's been poured on before when it gets late by another Aussie. And something else that I really find fitting, when Islam first captured his belt off Charles Oliveira, his first title defense was Volkanovski, who's already made a legacy at his own weight class, moving up to get double champ. So it's actually so fitting that Jack Della's first title defense is Islam Makhachev, who's already established himself in lightweight, moving up against another Aussie, getting it back, like seriously. In Perth, probably the exact same arena, it's going to happen too. Finally, they might get the decision. Bro, did you think about that? That's awesome. So yeah, I really think Jack's going to send Islam packing. And that's the first matchup, but you knew that was happening. But I won't dive too into it. But boy, tune into one of my streams. Subscribe and tune into one of my streams and you'll hear all my reasons. Because boy, I'm confident that JDM will beat Islam Makhachev, send him packing back to his own weight class. But will Islam go back to his weight class? Because he's going to need to put on a bit of frame and muscle if he wants to beat Jack. And then at his age, 33, I don't know if he's going to cut back down. But let's move on to the next one. Obviously, the loser of the main event, thank God, Belal Muhammad. And before I tell you, and pause it to see who I'm going to give him, but if you thought about it, you really would know. I just want to give Belal Muhammad a little bit of praise, man. Because although no one likes him, and you know, now that he's lost, he didn't even defend a belt. He will get forgotten about. What he did was truly a little bit spectacular. Underdog in all 5 of these fights. I think he was the favorite in the Damien one. Underdog every single time, always counted out, and boy, he got it done every time. This was the one time he was the fucking favorite and he lost. So I think he just liked when his back was against the wall. But yeah, Belal Muhammad, the reign's over at 36. But man, he's a great fighter, and he earned my respect last night, and he's going to get shat on. But he was a good boy. He was a good boy. And who's he fighting next? I think you know. Now, it's not the best time-wise. Kamaru's fighting Buckley in June. Everyone's picking him to lose. I'm not confident that he's going to lose. But we need to see this fight. They're both very similar ages. What if it wasn't that? Maybe turn Belal around to fight Shavkat finally. when Shavkat comes back. Obviously, JDM's got to sort out Islam. So he could fight that. Maybe schedule-wise, that one makes more sense. But Belal took some damage last night. He's going to take some time off. He is old. And we do need to see this Usman-Belal fight. The build-up, the beef, the trash talk they've done. It does, like if Buckley beats Usman, it does feel a little bit rude to give someone, Belal, like a sliding Usman. He doesn't actually deserve to step that far back. I think a Shavkat would make sense too, but he's old. They don't want to do him any favors. Like if he beats Shavkat, man, he's real close to a title shot again. So I think maybe they'll sit him out, keep him on ice. They don't care about him, and make him fight Usman after maybe Usman wins. But even if Usman beats Buckley, I reckon still do it because Usman doesn't deserve a title shot. So either way, maybe do this fight. But I do feel a little bit bad. Like Belal, he's been doing really good. I do rate Belal still. He's a great fighter. He shouldn't have to fight the sloppy seconds of a Buckley if Buckley beats Usman. But yeah, that's how it has to go. All right, moving on to the next one. Valentina won in the co-main. I didn't agree with it round by round, but I wouldn't have agreed that Manon stole the belt off Valentina, in the way that she would have done it. So I'm happy with this. Valentina, and and I said this before the fight, this was going to happen. You know what's happening. Pause it. It's Zhang Weili, of course. Double champ. After Zhang's last fight, she said to Dana that she wanted this. This is what we're waiting for to see who Zhang was going to fight. Zhang versus Valentina. This one definitely happens towards the later part of the year. Zhang, Valentina, double champ status. And I don't know who wins. Boy, I don't know. I picked Belal to beat Usman, by the way. But boy, after that one, Valentina looked bad, man. But I don't like Zhang striking as of late. She's been a real grappler. And real weird one. Real close fight. Like it'd be $1.90, $1.90. I really don't know who gets this one done. They're around very similar ages as well, both in their later 30s. Boy, I'd love to see this one. I really would. It actually have some hype. So great fight, great records. 25-4 Valentina to 26-3 Zhang. Legacy fight, great fight. Man, we need to see that. And that's why Valentina probably got the decision, even though she definitely could have won anyway. That's why she was always going to win this, man. We needed Valentina Zhang. Manon Zhang? Oh my God. See? No. All right, moving on to Ayman Zahabi. I will get to Manon. Ayman Zahabi won in the featured fight. A lot of people don't agree, but boy, he deserved it anyways. Dog toughed it out. Didn't hold Aldo against the fence. Struck with him well. Beat him up. Ayman deserved that win. Whether you didn't think he won it or not, he did deserve it. Boy, he looked really good. Not even that he looked really good, but he's great. Dog tough too. Got soccer kicked in the face? Who should he fight? Pause it. To see, have a guess. I don't know if you'll get it. And I don't think I really actually see this one coming to fruition. But when I looked at the rankings, I was like, why not? Why not? Davis and Figueiredo. Why not? It doesn't feel right. But Aldo Zahabi didn't feel right anyways. They're giving Zahabi good guys. I was thinking about Rob Font. I was thinking about even a Henry Cejudo. But Rob Font should look to turn around soon against like a Vinicius Oliveira or something like that. Just because, another prospect. But yeah, why not just give Zahabi Figueiredo? He hurt his leg last week. So who knows how long he'll be out. But Ayman should be out for a while. Dude, he got hurt. He got hurt badly, dropped badly, got beaten up. Maybe they'll turn around at the same time. I'm not too sure about the knee injury that Figgy has and how long that will keep him out. But Ayman Zahabi versus Davis and Figueiredo. Wait, let me just... I've got paranoid and thought my OBS wasn't working or something. But yeah, Figgy versus Ayman. Good fight. I'd pick Ayman. I really would. Pick Ayman at this point. Yeah, he's been looking great. He's on an absolute roll. All the momentum in the world. Moving on to the co-main again, because I forgot about it when I was typing them up. Manon, and usually I wouldn't do so much of the girls, but killing two birds with one stone. Who do you think I'm matching her up with here? Natalia Silva. Why not? Because we're doing Zhang versus Val anyways. Usually I would say, I do want to see Natalia just fight for the belt. I think she's the best at that weight class. But, she hasn't built up too much of a rap sheet. Andrade, Vivian, these are good names. But Manon would seal it. Also, we just seen Val versus Manon. So if Natalia Silva went out there and just beat the shit out of Manon again, like she did Grass, it'd be like, oh, she definitely wins. She'd be a favorite coming into a Shevchenko matchup. So I do want to see Manon versus Natalia Silva. All right, moving on. Jose Aldo retired, so we won't worry about him. Usually wouldn't do the girls, but like I said, killing two birds with one stone. Alexa Grasso. Oh, hello. Alexa Grasso, who should he fight? Her. Karen? Her first name's Karen? Oh. Yeah, she can fight Jasmine Jasuda Vicious, I think. Makes sense. On the same card. Jasmine just beat Andrade. This makes sense. And I want to see it. And makes sense on the same card. Genius. I hope we see that one. And Jasmine deserves a jump up. Deserves to get close to the belt. She's on a run 2. What's she on now? 4. And she's like finishing all these girls. Choking a lot of them out. Really good stuff. Lost to Tracy. But who cares? Yep. Jasmine Jasuda Vicious versus Alexa Grasso. Boy, I'm on fire right now. Benoit Saint Denis won. Opening up the main card, did he? Yep. Who should he fight? Now, obviously, Joel Alvarez is going up to welterweight. There's a couple people Benoit could fight, but this is who I picked. See if you can guess. Mauricio Rufy. I think it makes sense. And I think he'd knock him out too. And also, it's like a notable, fun matchup. Everyone would know. And also, it's a good, like, you know, we've seen Dustin and Moicano. If Ruffy could do something special, which he would, because, boy, Benoit's so fucking open and hands by his waist. Like, I don't know how to fight, but I know that doesn't look right. It doesn't. So open. But, yeah, Ruffy, Benoit. I don't know who else Ruffy's going to really fight. Well, there's a few, but Benil. Maybe even a Benoit versus Emmanuel Torres. I thought about too, but yeah, Ruffy versus Benoit, and I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see this one. I've got a sneaky feeling that it could happen. Ruffy Benoit, I'd love to see that. God of War versus One Shot. It'd be an awesome fight. First round knockout for Ruffy too. Ruffy will get the belt one day if you didn't know. All right, moving on to proper Mike Malott. Main card done. You're welcome. I think we got what? 3 fights left to show you. Let's see if you can go 3-3 on who I'm going to match up with these guys. Randy Brown. Oh, fuck. Mike Malott. Yeah, well, sorry about that, guys, if you didn't get to guess. But yeah, Mike Malott got a good win against Charles Radke. Someone who fought 2 weeks ago. Can you guess? Oh, it's Randy Brown. But there's I wouldn't actually mind Joel Alvarez moving up to welterweight, jumping straight in there with Randy Brown. I reckon that would be awesome too. Wouldn't mind if they did that, and wouldn't be surprised if they did do that. But yeah, Brian Battle. I wouldn't mind Mike Malott versus Brian Battle. But yeah, Randy Brown, Mike Malott, it'd be a great fight. I actually don't know. I don't think we will see this one because they're both like good names that you wouldn't mind getting both of them into the rankings and then seeing what happens, rather than giving Mike Malott a loss again, or Randy Brown having an awesome performance, probably as hot as ever right now, and then, cancelling him out. So I'm not too sure, but I would like to see this on a card, feature fighter of a fight night, headliner of a prelims. This would be a great fight that would get people pumped, get people excited. Randy Brown, Mike Malott, ooh, banger. All right, moving on to Navajo Sterling. Now, this is a good one. And I'll give you a little hint, but have a think. But I'll give you a little hint. The guy that I want Navajo to fight next just fought on this exact card. And it is. And they both fought Ivan Erslan too. It's Iwan Kutelaba. I think this makes all the sense in the world. Slowly progressed Navajo. He's 27, 7-0. He'd fuck Iwan up, I think. I really think he'd beat him, but he could also lose because I'm not thinking that Navajo's boxing defense is the best. He doesn't have, Jack Della head movement or anything. He was getting tagged with the right hand by Ivan, so maybe he'd get tagged by Iwan's right hand. Well, who knows? Maybe one of those downy wheel kicks Iwan throws lands. Definitely not. But yeah, Navajo versus Iwan Kutelaba, great fight. I'd love to see that. And last but not... See, I don't know what's up with Iwan's Tapology, but if you can see up here, any other person, I can go back and forth. But when it gets to Iwan's Tapology... when it gets to Iwan's Tapology, I'm stuck. I'm stuck with refreshing or going back. So bear with me here, but Bekzat Almacan is the last guy I chose. Don't care who Modestus really fights next or any of the other guys on the card. I chose Bekzat because I was really impressed by him. And I was almost going to give him Ricky Tercios, but then I thought, God, do I have something against Ricky Tercios? I'm always trying to get him killed. I gave Ricky to Malcolm Wellmaker the other week. But when I went and looked at the bantamweight rankings, I was just like, shit, man. There's so many of these guys are good. Like, you just see Malcolm Wellmaker, and then above him, Cody Haddon, then Peyton Talbot, and all these, like, really good guys that are outside. Cameron Simon, not that he's really good, but like all these, like, names. God, bantamweight's good. And it was tough. And then I was like, oh, I don't want to kill off what's his face. Not Cameron Simon, but Cameron Smotherman, the babyface killer. I don't think the UFC cares about this guy. They're both 27, Bekzat and Cameron. And I don't think they're going to look to promote him further, progress him along. They already matched him up with Serhi City, and they're both young guys too. So, yeah, I think Bekzat Almacan versus Cameron Smotherman, and he also fought just a couple weeks ago, so they could turn around. Didn't take too much damage, or really. Oh, he fought last week from Serhi City. So yeah, I'd love to see that. And those are 10 fights we need to see at UFC after UFC 315. And also, there's a little small breakdown, but not too in depth. Jack Della will knock Islam out. I really reckon he beats him, man. So much better than him on the feet. We just seen, like, it's not even that his takedown defense was great. He doesn't even let you shoot good takedowns. And he had to give Gilbert Burns a lot of respect on the feet. I don't think he'd give Islam that much, man. Islam's striking is really overrated. I really do believe it. He can't, like, he doesn't, like, Jack is turning over his punches and ripping with precision. Islam's, like, not turning them over. He punches like this. His hooks, seriously, I promise you, they're like this, man. They're like this. So Jack ruins his day, and he would ruin his double champ status in his first defense, exactly like Islam did to Volk all those years ago. So, yep. A video for today. You're welcome, guys. Islam Makhachev will lose to JDM, and 10 fights we need to see. Maybe I shouldn't have lumped it in the same video. Should have done a 10 fights we need to see, and maybe JDM will beat Islam, but whatever. I do my own thing, but I don't even care, eh? So I'll let it get to 18 minutes, just so it looks like a clean, nice video. I like to do that. Like, who's going to click on a video that goes for 1747? Like, you see that as a time, and you're just like, ugh, 17? That's such a gross number. But, like, 1802? Like, wow, that could be anything, that video. It could be anything. So, yep, thanks, guys. See you later.